Great morning, sunshines. How are we doing? Okay, first of all, my conditioner is so fantastic, I can't even get my hair to curl today, right? So this is what I look like. You're welcome. Second of all, isn't there an emoji that looks like they're like super embarrassed and eating a lemon? Because I was looking for that one to post and I did not find anyone. So I think I was looking in the wrong spot, right? Because there's got to be one of those. I'm sure there are. Happy Friday. Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, Nancy. Good to see you today. Excited to have the end of our spring break is here. So I'm going to like kick off right with my gratitude right now for our savers, and I'm grateful for the time that I've had with my babies the last couple days with my family. We got to go see an Avalanche game, just incredible friends that brought us along and show them like what the box seat experience was like. That was super incredible. And then just some hangout time yesterday. So just grateful for family time, grateful for like school breaks. Like I just love spring break. I don't know about you guys, but like spring break, summer break, winter break, any of those that I can get where the kids just get to be home and relax a little bit and be kids, I'm thankful for. There's that. So that's my gratefuls. Drop your grateful in here and then any of your other savers that you want to do. So I always give you the quick reminder. You've got your silence, your affirmations and gratitude, your visualization, your exercise, your reading, and then your journaling. Today, I'll challenge you guys just because I can. Some of you guys write everything that you're grateful for each time. Good morning, Vanessa. I was tagging another Vanessa and then I tagged you, I think, and I just was like, I guess Vanessa's supposed to be tagged in this video. So not for any reason other than like Facebook just picks who the top people are in your list at one time. I don't know why, so it's perfect. But so share this morning, have you been doing your journaling? I keep telling you guys the scribing, the journaling is my like least favorite. That I'm just not great at it. Morning, Kimberly, how are you? I'm not great at that piece of it. So have you been doing it? And do you have any secrets for me of how to make that easier? I can keep using the excuse that I can't write, but I know that there's tons of other ways that I could get that done. So something I need to start adding, even if it's just notes from my regular reading that I'm doing each day, which I'm just wrapping up the 5th agreement. I talked about the 4 agreements before. I'm going to go through this with you guys at some point, but I did the 5th agreement, and it was a really cool book. It ties in with everything that I've been learning from all aspects. So there's that. Okay, so good morning, sunshine. God, you got this down now, don't you? I love it. I already shared my gratefuls for family time for spring break this morning. Share one of your gratefuls. It could be literally anything around you guys. It makes you feel so good. And even the good morning, sunshine, and like not kidding you, to wake up and have that attitude of excitement. Morning, Felicia. Morning, Katie. How are you? Hey, I'm going to message you back today. I'm just trying to figure that out, by the way. But it just makes you feel excited instead of waking up in a state of anxiety or worry or fear or anger or like just whatever, any of the things that you got going on, right? Just replace that with a good morning, sunshine. So you're sharing about your journaling, and I'm just going to go right into my story for the day. So welcome to Good Morning Sunshine, and we're going to talk about lemons and lemonade. I know that this is the cliche. You guys hear it all the time. Maybe you do, maybe you don't actually. But I was just thinking about a situation that we had in our life like recently, and thinking about how often life happens. And I think that I'll talk about this a lot, about how life happens to us. And it's so easy when life presents itself to make an excuse. And I don't know why I use life as the bad pieces, but it's just like, that's what I feel like. I guess I could just say shit happens all the time, but then I'm just gonna be saying shit all the time. I don't know, that's probably not appropriate, but like when life happens in a bad way, like a situation occurs that's not ideal to what we're looking for, right away there's like this availability to create an excuse to not get what we want, to not go after what we want, to just succumb to whatever's being presented to us. Right? Me too, Katie. That was my gratitude. Morning, Michelle. And it's a training. It's a mastery to decide that you want to not accept whatever situation is occurring and look at the benefit. Look at your gratefuls at that point. Look at like what's so great around you instead of what's going on. So I've already had some of these situations with myself personally, but there was just another thing that I haven't even shared yet really on Facebook, which I needed to do anyways, because people keep asking me about my little one. But you guys know that my daughter, Noodle, Kinsey, she's a gymnast, level 10 gymnast, and she's 13 years old, and it's amazing to me, number one, that she's already level 10 at 13. I was a gymnast level 10, I don't think until I was like 15. maybe even 16, dang. So she's just really ahead of the curve in terms of her gymnastics career. She's very tenacious, you guys. She already knows where she wants to go to school. She's already putting together her social media in order to get recruited. She's got a list. For a full ride scholarship. Like, she just really knows what she wants, and it's no force or push of me. Like, that's one of the coolest pieces. I'm not in the gym yelling at her, telling her to practice. In fact, today I'm forcing her to take off to go to a spring break activity, and she's like, Mom, right? So I have this little one who has found her passion. She's found her route, her path that she wants to take. And you guys can relate this to something in your life, right? Where you know what you're going after. You know that you're super excited about it. Number one, she found it. Number two, she works her butt off for it. So I did this presentation out in somewhere Ohio, and it figured out the hours. I didn't write them in front of me. But as it turns out, her number of practicing 20 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, you guys can do the math, and then she competes for all of about 30 minutes a season. So it's like the number of hours that she practices for 1 minute of competition is insane because the sport's crazy, right? So I'm laying the groundwork for you guys to see that there's spaces in your life where you're working so hard and you're on this path, and then sometimes, you guys, life happens, like situations happen. So we just had her state competition, and I was so proud of her for qualifying to state. First of all, first season is a level 10, which that's as high as it goes. Like, there's no other, unless you're like elite competing in the Olympics, like this will be her final level that she competes. So she's there and she's in it. She does awesome at state. She does so great. Good morning, Sunshine Lacey. She does so great, and she qualifies to regionals, which honestly we kind of walked into with acceptance of it's your first year, like it's no problem. It's about experiences. You're so super young. Like, the kids in that age group are just crazy good. Good morning, Rebecca. So whatever happens, happens. Like, let's just go out and have fun, right? And she also had this pain that was like in the back of her tricep connecting to her shoulder, where we're thinking maybe there's a little strain or something. And she was like, I just don't feel like, she didn't feel like quite healthy, but she goes in and she freaking rocks it, you guys. She did so well, qualifies to regionals her first year of level 10, and I'm proud mom moment, yes, so excited for her. She's beaming ear to ear, so excited. This is where the good life is happening. Think about this in your life. Where is there some things where everything's going right and you're like, man, I'm ahead of the game. I got the raise. I lost the 10 pounds. I've just learned how to start running. Whatever it is, there's something going on in your life where this is so good. I'm really nailing it. And you're like, I'm unstoppable. And then all of a sudden you're stoppable, right? All of a sudden the lemon comes to you. Good morning, Connie. I'm so excited for the club. You guys, that's just our Dash Nutrition is going to be doing a total facelift today and tomorrow. So I cannot wait to see how that all comes out. Okay, so sometimes these lemons are presented when everything's going right. So I was out of town. Where was I? I don't know. I was on one of my trips, right? And morning, Jennifer, and my husband was taking her to the doctor just to have that little strain checked out, and I was like, do you really need to go? It's not really. I'm let's go after season. Is it really that bad? Just thinking. It's my arm. They're just going to tell you to take some time off. So she goes in, and I'm waiting for the call. Everything's fine, no problem. Finally, I call them, and they're still at the doctor's. Well, no, we're still here. It's an hour and some later. I told them it'd be a 20-minute appointment, right? Because that's what we do as moms. Morning, Michelle. And they put me on speakerphone, and we find out that she has a stress fracture in her shoulder, in not just anywhere, but in her growth plate in her shoulder. And I was like, there's no way. What, are you kidding me? She's been practicing 4 hours every day, 5 days a week for how long? She comes home and she's icing and whatever, but my God, she's a beast. How does one go through, they've got a broken bone for however long, and she's just pushing through 20 hours of exercise a week with repetitious pounding on that joint, on that area. And number one, I was just I'm so surprised. Morning, Sunshine, Michelle. I can't, are you sure? But of course, there's x-rays, there's the fracture. And you have that initial, when you find out that life happens, that shock moment, okay, there's some different books, you guys, where they talk about how many minutes or seconds you get to take to be frustrated about a situation, because a situation's already occurred. I can't make the break go away. I want to, as her mom, I want to take that on, whatever it is, right? But it's there, and it's not, it's there. That's what it is. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, do I want to be pissed about the situation, or do we want to move on? And the way that she handled this was just it was just so remarkable to watch her turn lemons into lemonade, because why bother just resonating in your, like, lemons, the sourness of a lemon of your life, right? Like, why resonate in that? So we talked for a couple minutes just trying to decide, like, what does this look like? What does it look like for competition? How long is she out? So she's completely out. No, she's like Mom, the one-arm man. I'm not wearing my brace right now. It feels so good. So she's the one-arm man as well for the next 6 weeks, and then they're going to go back in and do x-rays, which means super proud of her for qualifying to regionals, but she's not going to go to regionals. That's not going to be a piece of what she gets to do. So this is how our conversation went, you guys. As a parent, we can choose to react, and we teach our kids how they're going to react to situations later. By the way, they're going to have to rework whatever you taught them if they want to later on. But the way that we handle life is the way that we're teaching those around us to handle life. So I could have been like, that sucks. I can't believe it. You've worked so hard. Like, I mean, how did this happen to you? And, you know, maybe you should just still try to compete. I could have had all sorts of different things running through and feeding into her, where she could have taken the same things and been like, you're right. Like, I mean, why is this? Like, I'm going to have a bad attitude about this. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm choosing that I'm just going to be pissed about it, and whatever. I'm just going to be not in the gym for however long, and I'm going to be frustrated and angry. Maybe I'll go on with gymnastics. Maybe not. Is this going to keep happening? There's all sorts of really bad dialogue that you can start to have in your head or with your, like, whatever's going on, and set them up for negative attitude, for the lemons, you guys, for enduring in the suckiness of a lemon. And that's a choice we get to make. That's a choice that we have, right? Or this was more like what our conversation went. You had an incredible season. You freaking qualified to regionals your first year of level 10. You're only 13. You've got 5 more years to heal your body. The name of the game is to stay healthy through that many years of intense competition and practice. So it's not like you're 18 just trying to get a scholarship, or where your coaches are already looking at you and see an injury. You weren't really going to regionals to make it to nationals, so it was really just about the experience, and we can get those types of experiences in other areas of our life. And she's like, and Mom, that means that summer break starts. So we turned the situation of working, 20 hours a week for 32 minutes of practice and the entire year of competition, into a situation of, it is what it is, and it's no problem. Like, it's no problem. That's turning lemons into lemonades, you guys. That's lemonades, plural, because you want all the lemonades, right? That's turning lemons into lemonade and making the best of a situation, and not just like glazing over. Like, what do they always say? Oh, I'm gonna get it wrong. Like, where you're just like, covering up a pile of shit. Like, it's not like that. It's like really accepting that this is the situation and receiving the good pieces of it and moving on. So I asked her, I said, do you want to take off? Let's just take off 1 week for spring break. You can be at home, heal up, rest. And this is her response. She's like, well, no, because my teammates are going to be there, and I'm there for my teammates. And they did qualify, and they are going, and I am going to be there in their space to provide that energy. She didn't say exactly like that, but she's like, I will be there with them. And now she's going to practice for 4 hours a day, and she's in there doing strength, doing leg work, doing core work, and then as she cracks me up, she comes home, and whatever she can do where her hand does not touch anything, she does. So she's like, look at my layout, my gainers that I'm working on, which is like a back flip, taking off of one leg with no hands on the balance beam. She's like, look at what I'm working, because she's decided that she's going to keep going after her dream and just make accommodations to what's going on. So she's not giving up on her dreams and hopes. She's moving a different direction. Sometimes it's not the exact direction that you think that you're going to go to get somewhere. You've got to take some bobs and weaves in order to get there. So this is what we have, you guys. That was story time for when life gives you lemons, do you make lemonade? Or here's the final piece. Do you really just love lemons? Because this could be like the ending piece of that, you guys, is that some people want to they want to dwell in the misery. They want to choose. They've got these two things that happen, and this is what Kinsey could have done as well. She could have choose to be attention-seeking. Everybody feels sorry for me. The Eeyore, the oh my God, I can't believe I can't go to regionals. Like, please feel sorry for me, and like try to suck in negative energy around her situation. That's a very common response. When life happens, a lot of people want to tell their story over and over again, like the woe is me story, and please feel sorry for me. And even if you don't know that you're doing it, you guys take a look at, like, thank you so much, Olivia. Take a look, like, look at some areas in your life. Are you dwelling on the negative and then expressing it to other people? And you don't even know that you're trying to bring attention to that negativity. And guys, when you do that, negativity breeds negativity. Like, you're actually sucking in negative energy towards yourself instead of take that, this situation sucked, whatever. It is there, it is what it is. Throw it aside, okay? Get rid of it, and then go out for your gratitudes. Find the positivities, find the lemonade, and then pull in people to celebrate the lemonade piece of it so that you bring the positive energy in. It can be life-changing. Like, really, guys, just this could absolutely change the way you wake up, the way you show up, and the way you react to life when it happens to you. So, good morning, sunshines. I know I talk really fast. I was going to try to talk slower, but I think I took 3 pauses in there, which is dynamite, right? If you guys are just joining us, we do our Good Morning Sunshine each morning. We're practicing the Miracle Morning together. Some of you have been writing me. You've gotten the book. You're starting your own practice in the morning. This is a check-in for you where you come on. Please share as a check-in all of your savers. Like, if you're doing that, I really recommend, it's like an accountability buddy where you're just like silence, affirmations, visualization, education, reading, and just this is what I'm reading. Like, it's just a quick list that can be really empowering for you. Morning, Tamara. How are you, girl? And then also, if it's your first time, drop a 1. I can share with you more about what we do. Connie, God, I love you. Exactly. Sometimes you just got to spice it up, right? But thank you guys for joining today and then making, I loved it, Connie. And sometimes not kidding, right? Oh, good. It's your first time. Okay, so I'll shoot you a message after this. But this is kind of just where we're at. I don't know what's going to happen on the weekends. I'm not sure if it's right to do this every day. So we'll see how tomorrow morning arrives. And otherwise, I'll post some different videos you guys can watch. But enjoy Easter. If not, you guys, enjoy your time with your family. And whatever lemon is in your life, see if you can twist it, turn it, grind it, get it into lemonade, or freaking just throw it out the window. And like Connie said, grab a cocktail. So, all right, guys, have a great morning. Thank you so much for joining us, and we shall talk to you later.